All right, hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy X, Wakanda forever. All right, or welcome. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Everything is down below in the Dropbox. Or today we just talking because I came across this awesome series called Once Upon a Time. So in this series is I know it's been out for a while, but I wait until stuff gets to come on me, got my little spray. I wait until stuff gets on Netflix, that way I can binge watch. Because them cliffhangers, boy, them cliffhangers be leaving you on a cliff, like literally, like it ain't no joke when it comes to that. You sitting there like, oh, what happened? Wait a minute. So I'm happy that it's on Netflix, so I can just watch it straight through. I'm only at the episode where old dude had um, rewrote and repaired the book that was lost because he found it. Man, that typewriter about to change the game. I already know where it's going. I already know where it's headed, and I'm so happy because like man, like watching it. A lot of people, the queen. And at first, I was like, man, why? What's going on? Because just from the Disney movies, we never got any backstory on the queen. She was just mean. So I'm like, man, what is going on? Like, please, somebody give her a good talking to because what she doing is just not cool. Like, you don't do that to folks and the people, and then you took out your daddy. No, like, is it really that serious? Like, oh, I was so hurt. But where I'm at now, now she really trying to do, stuff. But my heart goes out to her for real because she only going through what she's going through because of past hurt and pain and trauma from love. Like everybody when it comes to, Disney movies, which I was told, my whole life, like I've always been able to like see the deeper meaning in movies, even before all the remakes started to come out. I'm a lot older than what I look. I'm 30, so watching those Disney movies growing up as a child, I would actually understand the moral of the story and the meaning behind it. Not just entertaining and oh, it's a good movie and yeah, you defeated the villain and you get what you want. Like in Pinocchio, it was always let your conscience be your guide. Like always do what's right. Whether people are watching or whether people are not watching. A lot of people want to do what's right when they're on the camera or in front of other people, but don't want to do it when it's nobody around or nobody to see their actions so they can get some type of reward or congratulations behind it. And I'm happy shows like this is starting to resurface because with kids nowadays, kids are losing their innocence and their belief in magic at an earlier and earlier age. Like, do I tell my son that Santa Claus exists? Yes. Do I tell my son that magic exists? Yes, because it does. I'm not saying Santa Claus exists, but how I break it down to him, because I was raised Christian, that Santa's just one of Jesus' homeboys, and everything that you're doing, your homework, your chores, and treating people good and kind and things like that nature. He looks at that, and if that's what you've been doing and you do a good job, you listen to your parents, he go ahead and give you some of your physical wishes and toys. So it's like an award. So with that alone, you have to be a good person. You have to treat people the way they deserve to be treated, the way that you want to be treated, with understanding, kind, love, and respect. but you still have a right to stand up for yourself, and things of that nature, but not in like an underhanded scheming type of way. But watching Once Upon a Time, it man, like so many things. Like even if you so many movies, there's just so many movies out there. But Once Upon a Time, since it's like a collaboration of all the Disney movies, um, I'm at the part where Rumpelstiltskin knows who he is. Jiminy Cricket found out who he is. The hunter found out who he was before he went. That was the part that really got me. Like, you just crush his heart. You just man, like. And the thing about it is, it reflects so much of what's going on in the real world, because love is very powerful, very powerful. It will literally make you or break you. People are hurt and going through what it is that they're hurting and going through because of love, because of a betrayal in love that they had, or whether it be romantic, or their parents, a close friend, associations, work. It doesn't matter. Random strangers, because we're all supposed to, treat everybody with love, kindness, respect, and understanding. And, after coming across, so much, or even, maybe it just takes that one good time that, your heart was completely invested into something or someone, and, it just crushed and shattered. And I mean, it's very understandable too, because I've been in those places where, I've been cheated on in every relationship that I've ever been in. But I understand, like at first, yeah, hell yeah, I was mad, I was upset, I was hurt, I wanted to be like, ooh, but and I had my emotions, held on to them, but I also had to bring myself out of that as well, or had the assistance of a friend or whoever will come into my life at the time to help bring me out of that. Because as much as I wanted to be like this old player pimp and just like, I don't know, I don't care about these, money over, but it just wasn't worth it, because it was like, yeah, you have all of that, but without true love, without somebody to share it with, like, what is it? Yeah, you conquered the whole world, but you alone. You know, you don't want to. I couldn't. My heart, my soul wouldn't allow me to really set a firm grip in that place. And watching Once Upon a Time really brings that up. It brings it on a realistic view, because how Disney makes it. Yeah, there's a little bit of problems, but we all know at the very end it's going to be a happily ever after. It's Disney. But in the real world, in the 3D, it just doesn't happen that way. There's way more obstacles, trials, and tribulations that we go through. Way more, down moments when you go through. Like, just when you get close and you think you're about to be happy, something comes that side swipe you and knock you right off your feet. But watching Once Upon a Time, really, really, it's and I see stuff like that in all types of TV shows and movies and things of that nature. Like with Bird Box, I knew that the people at the end were made it to the safe heaven were going to be blind, or like the autistic, or people with Down syndrome and things of that nature, because they don't harbor hate. They really don't harbor hate. Like, yeah, they might have moments of reactions or things of that nature, but they're all very, very loving people. And especially being blind, every day is a new day. Every day you have to trust people that you can't see. You have to have a sense of trust in the world, but foremost yourself. The trust in yourself that I can do this no matter what. And, it's just people who don't have, something that a lot, that the majority seems to, take for granted, or more appreciative of just the smallest things in life. And, don't need, that's cool. The Ace of Hearts came out, which is like the Ace of Cups. They have a heart of gold because they're appreciative of the things that a lot of us take for granted, which is, I mean, it was like, yeah, I might be able to see, but I'm alive. I could literally not be here. And, walk around blind, you could walk in the street and get hit by a car at any moment, or somebody would be like, oh yeah, go ahead and go, and trip you, or things of that nature. I've seen stuff like that happen in school. But with watching Once Upon a Time, it really brought a lot of stuff to complete circle, and a lot of movies do, and that's why that's why I labeled this "Seeing Through the Illusion of Fiction," because it's labeled fiction because we don't believe that it can actually happen in real life. The things that always ends up a happy ending, because we see so much negative things, but it's like it became fiction because we allow the negative to overpower things that are way more positive. Like the queen, like she's going through what she's going through because she feels like, okay, well, my heart was crushed and I'm tired of everybody else getting there happily ever after. So no, I'm gonna make it where, well, nobody have a happily ever after but me. But she's slowly starting to realize that, yeah, things was going peachy smooth and perfect, but life is life. Not even, I can stop true love because you can't. Love is God, and whether you say God, source, Gaia, universe, spirit, ancestors, Allah, Buddha, whatever now you choose to use. Forgive me if I don't look at the camera. Y'all know how I do. I get visions and things of that nature. But she's slowly starting to realize that you can't stop true love, and that's why the curse is breaking, because although the young lady didn't want to stay, the sheriff didn't want to stay and came back, but she truly started to care for this boy. She had a heart. She's not an evil person and just shallow and oh no, I just don't care because, well, I was abandoned and things of that nature. Like, she still has a heart. But it also says that the thing that we run from the most is we're essentially running from ourselves and running from true love, because she had a fear of abandonment and being rejected and things of that, and not being equipped enough to raise her child, because she didn't have a family. How can you raise a kid on your own, and you grew up in the system and stuff like that? Oh, your life is hard. You're not the pinnacle of parenting. You got in trouble, you did this, you did that, but as a kid, you a kid, you do stuff. You're allowed to have moments and make mistakes that doesn't stay. But even still, not even just as a kid, a lot of people just be like, oh, well, kids, you're allowed to make mistakes. Adults are too. We're going to make mistakes. We hold adults to this standard of, oh, you have to be perfect and live a perfect life and never make a mistake, especially those who are famous and things of that nature. They're not doing anything that the average person doesn't do. So why are we holding them, excuse me, just ate lunch, why are we holding them more accountable and putting them more in the spotlight versus the average Joe? Just because, which I get to a certain extent, because people like, they're famous, they have people looking up to them, which is true. So you have to hold yourself a little bit more, accordingly, a little bit more tighter, because you do have people looking up to you. But so does everybody. They just have a little bit more. But we still can't treat them any any more or any less because of the influence or the amount of money they have. They're people. They're people. I've met plenty of people who, I didn't got autographs from and things of that nature, but they're people. Like, I admire them because of their talents and, the ambition they had to go forth and, perceive their dreams. And I resonate with their creativity or their talent or skill or ability or whatever the case may be. So I look up to you in that form. Like, man, you got a beautiful gift. Like, it's awesome. But I don't hold them any more, any less accountable, than I would the next person, because we're all people. But the sheriff, she was running away from actually being in a family because she's never had one, so not a true one. So she didn't know how to respond or act within a family. It was like, oh well, yeah, but if people knew this or knew that, they would think this of me or think that of me or think this of me. And when she needed somebody to just tell her, like, no, you are a good person. Yeah, you made mistakes. Okay, who hasn't? Who doesn't? And you're going to make more. Like, you're going to try as hard as possible, not to, because, you're aware of it. But that's where wisdom and growth and knowledge and understanding lessons behind experiences, gets us, is so that we can learn and can be aware of it. And so we don't make the same mistakes. So we don't stay in the same energy. Joker. Gotta take a leap of faith. Taking that leap of faith and, be like, okay, well, you know what, this ain't going to happen. And my circumstances are only going to be the same if I keep staying in the same pattern, keep having the same mindset, keep having the same rules and mentality and the same actions and the same mannerisms and reactions to situations and people and places and things and emotions. Because love is powerful. Coincidentally, love can kill, because, man, I'm not going to sit up here and lie. Like, a broken heart, I've had my heart broken plenty of times. Because, like, if I say I'm in love, people, oh, well, that's just puppy love, or just, no, love is love. You're like, when you're in love with somebody, like, yeah, and then something happens, it does. It feels like a sense of, like, death, a sense of dying. Like, not gonna lie, like, when my marriage came to an end, when I was like, oh, man, yeah, this is over, like, which was a year ago now, exactly. It's crazy. It doesn't even seem like it's been a year. Actually, it feels longer in a way, but at the same time, not. But it does. It feels like it happened so long ago, because, I mean, I completely forgive her, because, I mean, she reacted out of, at her place. It takes two to tango, not saying, but it takes two to tango. Like, whatever it was that I did, ended up hurting her. And then, but, she reacted in the way that, she reacted in, which, and yeah, I could have, like I said, I could have went out there and be like, okay, well, I'm going to, be the biggest pimping player because I'm tired of this and tired of that. And I just give my heart to people and things of that nature. And, it never comes back and stuff like that. But I was like, hold on, I can't do that. I can't shut my heart off, close my heart, close my ability to love. The one gift that truly came complete. I mean, all of our gifts and stuff comes from God, source, universe, spirit. I say God. So, but that's the most powerful one in any aspect, because, yeah, it could kill you. It could have. People die from a broken heart every day, whether it is physically or spiritually and emotionally. You shut off your emotions just to be like, no, I'm not gonna, do this I'm not gonna give my heart to anybody else, because, I don't want to take that risk of having it broke again. But it's also, do you want to, we can't, do we want to let our past before us and shape our whole future, or do we want to survive it and change it? Because you being willing to open up your heart and us being willing to love again, like that's what keeps the world going. It is constantly taking that leap of faith, and no, it's not easy, and yes, it's completely scary because yeah, it can get hurt again. And I mean, in our relationships, none of them are complete rainbows and butterflies, and absolute, like, even for a lot of people who are on, like, the twin flame journey, like is not going to be rainbows and butterflies and all peachy and herbs, because we're human, we're going to make mistakes. But love is more powerful than a mistake. Like, you can still, and I don't mean like, oh yeah, you could just let somebody just walk all over you. No, by all means, like I said, you can defend yourself and, like, no, I'm not having that. Either you learn from it, change your ways, or I'm gonna have to, you know but it's not harboring that hate and that hurt and that pain from it either. And because now you're bringing that into whatever new situation that it is you're going into, because of what happened in the past, or whatever the case may be. And for me, I realized, like, oh yeah, that was a test. That was a big karmic test and lesson. Like, I could keep chasing and doing all this. But, for me personally, I had to do, whatever it is that I had to do in order to make sure that I did everything possible to try to make it work for my conscious sake, for myself, and not just, oh, okay, well, you know what, this is what it is, I give up. Like, yeah, I threw in the towel, but once I truly knew that I did everything, I did everything. And that was like the end of October, when, I realized, like, I did everything. There is nothing I can do. I can't force anybody. That's their free will. And hey, it is what it is. The choice is made. But not gonna lie and say that, but I was already coming out of that, oh, this hurt so bad. So that when that, the towel moment came, it was like, okay, all right, I tried. And that allowed me to move on with such peace, such high hope, because I was at peace with myself, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, knowing that, yeah, I attempted to try to do, everything. So now I can move on, with that in my heart, and not just like, oh, this is like a revenge thing, and yeah, I'm gonna go out and get somebody buried in you and all of that. Like, nah, I'm gonna get what God has for me. But, like, even with Once Upon a Time, the queen is actually running from true love because she doesn't want to get hurt again. So she figures, if she's long as she's in control and she can have a grip on, the people and everything of that nature, she's gonna get, the love. But it's not the love that she truly wants, and that's why she's still unhappy and not at peace and not at rest, because she knows, deep down, this is not the love that she truly wants. But she's like, well, this is the only love I'm gonna get, and I'm gonna seize my power and do it. That's why, like, I feel for her. Like, man, can somebody just give her some loving so she can get a damn heart? Because, man, you hurt my heart hurting all these people. I'm an empath. Like, man, that stuff hurt. I could feel the pain of people in movies. Like, y'all made it to Saw 3. I don't know how I made it to 3. I'm surprised I made it past 1. But yeah, I ain't watching on near another one. I just can't, man. Ain't enough sunlight in the world. But it's just something about those movies that make them so realistic. And like, I just couldn't. I can't sit and watch somebody be tortured. But now, I gotta learn. I had learned how to protect my energy, but I'm not just going to subject myself to stuff like that. That's that. And I know some people are like, oh, well, how you watch the originals? Because I didn't like, the killings and stuff like that. Like they mostly killed each other. They didn't just go out and kill random people, which is what I, respected about, the vampires. They would do their little feeding, but, at least try to be merciful. I mean, they're a vampire, they gotta live. But even with that, like, I bonded a lot with Nick Klaus because he was very misunderstood, and they were like, "Oh, he's just going through a tantrum. He don't know how to control his emotions and stuff of that nature." And it's like, no, it's not that. It's just that he is so sensitive, but he's been through hell and high water. Been through hell and high water. Two of cups. Because he had love. He had love even for his dad who really did him wrong. But it was going through that and being what he was. He had a heart because he just wasn't a vampire. He was also part werewolf. So he was still alive. He that's why he was able to feel the wide emotions that he could feel. It wasn't just happy or mean, which was a lot of what the other ones did feel. Now there was, there were a couple of other brothers that, could be in love and things of that because they had their memories. So they remember what it was like. So they was able to recognize it. But the only person who really understood him was Elijah because Elijah saw it all. And then, Elijah also had a very dark past. And he was afraid that, man, if people who knew about it, they would be like, oh, you're not the calm, cool, collected person. But he learned from his past, from doing all that horrible stuff, to, okay, I got to control my emotions. I have to, And with Niklaus, he understood, like, okay, he just hasn't got to that point yet. Now, a lot of times he had to give him that tough love, like, dude, no, like, you tripping. No, I'm not coming to save you. You gotta find your way up out of this because I didn't try. But going back to Once Upon a Time, a lot of us fear love. We fear that good, perfect love because of all the heartbreak that we have had and I'm saying perfect as far as, somebody being able to love you through it all, thick and thin, even when you're acting up and when you're on your bad days and on your good days, when you're sick, when you're not sick, if you lose a limb versus having all four appendages, it's, and we fear that because with all the harbored hurt resulting from hate, resulting to hatred and jealousy and greed, because that's all it is. It's hurt. It comes from hurt. It comes from a hurt so deep that it literally shut down somebody's heart. We've all had those experiences where, we have been hurt or our feelings hurt. And, that day we walk around just being a complete ass to everybody. We have those moments. But coming into, unity with yourself, your own twin flame, because that's what the journey is all about, is finding your own twin flame. And then through finding that, you'll be able to find somebody else who has found their own twin flame within themselves. Because our twin flame is literally the merging of our masculine and our feminine side. Because we all have it. And it's just finding those people on those vibrations, on those same vibrations. But going through, I've been made fun of as a child in school and at work, or, because, a lot of times I walk around, I'm just all, happy-go-lucky. But then when, something does happen, it's time, and it is time, because I'll sweep a lot of stuff under the rug, which is a cancer trait, but, you could take a lot. But once it does get to a point, it's like, okay, I didn't give you a chance. I didn't give you another chance. Now, we ain't gonna get to 3. I'm trying to save you before you hit out. But something that I have learned is I'm one chance. First time, shame on you. Second time, shame on me. So you get that first time. That second time, I'm gonna let you know, because it's always that benefit of the doubt, because you never know what somebody else is going through. And even on the second time, like, I'm just not just gonna cut you completely off. I'm still just gonna be like, okay, well, you know what? I don't know what it is. I know you're going through hurt and pain, because I mean, we all have hurt and pain, and I can see that and I can recognize that in another. But I'm gonna let you know now, you don't. Not me. I ain't the one. But it's having boundaries and respect for myself, not that, oh well, yeah, but you still said this or did that. It's not that. Is finding is I can't love somebody else more than I love myself. I can't respect somebody else more than I respect myself. Because you do that, they're not even going to respect you. They're going to feel superior to you. They're going to feel like, oh, okay, well, I can make you do whatever I want to do. And even if they don't, notice that, it's more so on a subconscious level. Some people, they know it and they take full advantage of it. But a lot of us don't know that, and it's more on a subconscious level. you know but we have to be challenged, we have to be confronted, so we can change our ways. We have to have that person that has that respect and those boundaries within themselves, and they're not afraid of whatever the outcome may be, and tell you about yourself, like, no man, that ain't cool. I would say that I respect that. I've been called out a few times and be like, all right, you know what, and be mad and be like, oh man, you just, and then come back and be like, all right man, you know what, yeah, it's been like 2 weeks, but I really had to calm down, and myself, like, damn, yeah, they was kind of right. Yeah, I didn't have to. Yeah, that shouldn't happen, but I still, I'm only in charge of me and how I allow my emotions to come out, and my reaction, and harboring those feelings, and things in that, yeah, I was feeling mad for like a whole week when I could have got through it a little bit easier. Like, okay, you know what? It is what it is, doing the good old healing things, battling, your mind, because all that lies in your mind. Because, yeah, we could feel what we feel, but we manifest it through our head, because what we feeling then becomes thoughts, and our thoughts then feed back into our feelings, and they just keep training each other until they get more and more powerful. If you're naturally a more emotional person, those thoughts are just going to keep manifesting in more and more intense emotions. And if you're a more person that's in their head, those emotions just going to start feeding into more and more thoughts about this and this and this and this and this, and now you're stuck in your own cycle. They call it what is it, the nine of swords in the deck. Doesn't really exist. It's fear. It's a form of a fear, which is false evidence appearing real, because it's just all manifestations within you. Like, yeah, the situation is what it is, but think about all the other situations and hurts and pains and disappointments that we've gone through. Yeah, it might not be the same. This one might feel more intense because the connection was more intense, and you had more of an emotional connection to it, because that's all the difference. It's having a more emotional connection to things that makes it hurt a little bit more, sting just a little bit more. But it's like, what, we all go through stuff, and it's realizing that, and that takes practice. It takes time to get to that point. Like, oh, okay, all right. But with Once Upon a Time, with a lot of movies, it's really seeing through the illusion of the fiction. It's only fiction because these people really didn't exist. It doesn't make the events of the story, the morals of the stories, any less plausible. Because, yeah, nobody's going to be turned into a doll in like from Pinocchio. A doll's not going to go into a real boy, but it's that form of, okay, think about him when he's a wooden puppet. He turned into a real boy when he started, doing, because he was just a puppet. He's doing what everybody else is telling him, believing what everybody else is saying, and feeding into, them, and not having a sense of himself. But once he found himself, if he had a sense of himself as a person, even though he was just a puppet, he's no longer a puppet. He's a real boy now, which is, and let his conscience and doing what's right of that he feels is right. Let your conscience be your guide, and listen to his intuition, because that's what your conscience is your intuition. It's your higher sense. And by him doing so, that's why, got the fairy, I think, the fairy godmother, or is that Cinderella? We want the fairy godmother, the North Star everybody wishes on. That's why I love living in the country, man. You can't see the lights. You can't see the stars in the city because of all the lights. I used to live I lived out in the country, then I moved to a big city, and I really noticed that. They always said it, and I was like, wow, you really can't. And I would drive like down the street, because I lived in a part where it was city, but if I went like 5 minutes down the street, it's city. But if I went 5 minutes up the other street, it's, suburb country area. So it was like right perfect in the middle, but I would rather be more out in the country. But not far, so that way I can just drive into the city, have some fun. But anywho, that's when she decided to come down. It was like, now you could be a real boy, because you had to prove that you was going to listen to your conscience, which is Jiminy Cricket. You was going to prove, and Jiminy Cricket tried to save him, like, no, you can't do that, no, you can't do that. And every time he was like, man, I should have listened to you, man, I should have listened to you. But then when he did, and then he found integrity, he did what was right, even when nobody was looking. That was the biggest turning point in the story, which was at the end, towards the end of the movie. And instead of just saving himself, he was like, no, man, I'm gonna save everybody, because that's the right thing to do. Like, even though, I could get caught, like, that's still the right thing to do. Like, I'm a puppet, but all these are real boys. Like, I can't let it go down like that. I can't let it go down like that. So he did what he had to do, and then his reward was him becoming a real boy, because he was like, man, I have a heart and a conscience. Then there's like, Joker came out again. He took that leap of faith. Then and what's the little Hawaiian movie that came out? I can't think of the name of it. With Maui in it. Oh, what is the movie? Why can't I think of the movie name? Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. Man, I gotta know the name of it. I have to. Oh, really? My internet wanna go slow. Okay, y'all know what I'm talking about with Maui in it. Man. But she had to, even though her father was telling her, like, no, you can't do this, and no, you can't do that. What's the name of the movie? It's right there. Like, I could see the whole dang movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, but she still had to, like, no, I know I'm destined for something bigger. I can do this. And she found that confidence within herself. And it got hard, and, she wanted to give up. But because she didn't give up in herself, and, she did have those times where, because, sometimes we need other people to give us that boost and come in and help, as well. She ended up saving the whole island. Because she did take that leap of faith and was like, I know you're saying that I can't do this. You're saying that I can't do that because I'm just a kid. Like, this is my path and that's what I'm supposed to do. But no, like, I've known since I was a kid, like, man, something is different. Something is unique about me. And I mean, I can even say the same thing for myself, because, I had a lot of people, tell me that, especially now through my spiritual awakening, oh, well, no, you're too up here in, like, the spiritual realm, and, you got too much of this going on, when I've actually been like this my whole life. I just really never felt like I fit in anywhere until I did start my reawakening. Because yeah, I knew I had gifts and was unique. Like I said, I was in church. I got approached by many prophets and prophetesses. Like I even the lady who wrote the book, The Divine Revelation of Hell, where God took her to hell for 7 nights so she could come back and write the book and explain to people what hell was like. I'm sitting there. I went with my mom, my god, and my goddad. Me in the front at that because it was an actual church service and things. I know the ladies looking at me, and I'm just like, mind you, like the pastor's up there preaching and everything, and he finally gets to the end. So it is like a good 2 hours later. Y'all know how we do it in the black churches, man. We be in there forever. But yeah, man, it gets to that point. And my goddad, like, slowly, I don't know when he noticed, but because my goddad, me, and then my mom. And then he leans over, like, is it just me? Or is this lady looking at you? I'm like, dude, this lady is looking at me. Thank you. I knew I'm not sitting here going crazy. I knew this lady was looking at me. I just felt it. So she was like, hey, let me go. I need to talk to this young man, the preacher, we got some ministry going on. I'm just sitting here like, oh Lord, here we go. And he's like, yeah, no, I must talk to that baby. So me, of course, like, not me. I turn around like, she ain't talking to me. She ain't talking to me. Someone's like, she's right behind you. She is right. I'm looking behind me, but in front of me. So I go to turn around, lady right here in front of me. I'm like, here we go. She was like, come on, stand up. Like, here we go. I ain't gonna tell y'all what she said though, because that's, see? But hey guys, can we like chill because I'm recording a video, please? Thank you, appreciate it. So I'm sitting there like, okay, man. And she told me some stuff. I'm like, cool, muy interesante. But she wasn't the only one. Like, this has been happening. I'm 12 at this point. Like, this has been happening to me my whole life. Clean up until, heck, it never stopped. Even till this day, it happens. I mean, you get used to it after a while. Like, okay, thank you, I appreciate it. I've had a few people. I had a few of them. Come on, like, oh, you're going to hell because before I transition, because you're gay and this. I'm like, well, God knew me before anything else. He knew this about me. So, I mean, he still decided to create me. He did it, so can't be too much wrong with it. Apparently, God makes no mistakes. So you saying that I'm a mistake? Oh, but it's a choice. Even if you not a choice, but even if you feel that it's a choice, there are no mistakes. So once again, but there's so many lessons in these movies. But oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Look, started getting off track. But oh yeah, with that, I've had times in school where I struggled because something was either really interesting or very boring. And when it was boring, I would clock out. The teacher would say like one thing and I would go off in my own little mind space. And next thing I know, we're on a whole nother topic or subject. I'm sitting there like, huh? And now, of course, they could tell that, oh, see, you're not paying attention, and I would get in trouble. And it's like, but I feel like I know this. I feel like I've learned all this stuff before. Like, I even had a biology class in high school that I had to take twice. Got an A because I missed too many days. Literally off my days. First time, I don't like doing homework. I didn't do my homework. I sat in the class, I passed the test. The second time, my grandmother had actually passed away. And they really don't give grievances for stuff like that because it wasn't, a mother or brother or sister. But my grandmother raised me, basically. Like, my mom was always at work, so I spent most of my time with her. Not no shade out to my mom. She had to do what she had to do. My grandmother was a appointed babysitter by the state, so she would babysit Hey guys, Mom, can you please try to keep him calm while I'm trying to record this video, please? I don't really know what's going on, but I mean, it can't be too serious for all the commotion. But I'm, they didn't give days for that. So the second time, I was going through that, so I missed a lot of days, and I still did do my homework. But I came in, I just did the test. Still got a day, but because I missed too many. And then I was like, okay, can you guys put me in a harder class for like math or stuff like that? They were like, no, because, your grades doesn't show. And it wasn't that. It was like, oh, you have to apply yourself. I'm bored. I can't apply myself to something that that's boring. It's boring. Like, I mean, if something's boring, how much are you actually going to apply yourself to? Like, somebody sitting there and watch a documentary and it's boring. What you going to do? Fall asleep? You're going to be knocked out. No, gone. But my English teacher, my third grade teacher, and my English teacher kind of knows that. But I'm going to talk more about my junior English teacher. We had a part where we had to do poetry. We was learning Edgar Allan Poe, and we had to write down the surface meaning and the deeper meaning. And in that, with the surface meaning, did my homework, came in, just the class was interesting. So yeah, I did my homework. So we go in there, and I raise my hand because I'm like, oh yeah, I've been able to understand songs and poetry at a very young age. Like TLC came out with Crazy Sexy Cool when I was in the first grade. I understood waterfalls. I understood Left Eyes Parting Waterfalls. I understood Something Wicked This Way Comes. I'm 6. I watched the whole Left Behind series at 5, understood it, was like, God, I don't want to be here at the end. Don't let me be one of these people, they got to help and go around and, help out. Like, I just don't want to do it. Yeah. We ain't going to talk about that right now. But I was 5. So then getting to, it got a little hot up in here. Man, every time Spirit be hot, like, okay, don't make me cold. See, they just like this, like, well, you don't like being cold. But I raised my hand, and she was like, no, that's your deeper meaning. I'm sitting here like, but that's my surface meaning. So, it made me not want to raise my hand for the deeper meaning. So, I turned in my homework. The next day she gave us another assignment. Same thing, different poem. I come back, I raise my hand again, like, okay, I got it right this time. And then she was like, no, that's your deeper meaning. And she was like, wait a minute. So if that's your surface, she's like, are you sure that? I was like, yes, that's my surface meaning. She was like, okay, well, what's your deeper meaning? And I told her my deeper meaning. She was like, oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely a surface meaning compared to that one. And, she kept me after and wanted to speak to me. And of course, I'm getting made fun of. Like, oh, no, you're doing your homework wrong. You're doing it backwards. That was the first day. And the second day, oh, you're an overachiever. Da, da, da. Can't win for losing. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Someone always got something to say. But I go and, she actually gave me, which I didn't know at the time, was something from philosophy. I'm thinking it's another poem, which, philosophy was a college level course for me. I don't know if they teach philosophy in high school nowadays, but hey, it's been a while. Graduated in 04. It's been a while. And I brought it back, and she was very astounded. Like, from that point on, I had more help with her as far as the simpler things, because it's like the simple stuff I couldn't grasp. I couldn't understand it. It didn't matter what class it was in. The more simple things, I couldn't understand it. It was like, or it was like I already knew it, or it was just like too simplex. Like, oh, well, you're overthinking it. And it's like, but that's just how my brain is wired. Like, give me something complex and I'll be able to work with you, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I didn't understand that then. Now as an adult, I completely get it. But with that, I also knew that as I got older, I heard a lot of people, and that was, getting to me through my mind and my emotions was basically how, I was stopped in my growth and gave up my gifts. Like I got to a point where I was like, I don't want this shit no more. Like people think I'm crazy. People think, I'm losing it, that I just live in la la land and I need to be broke from believing that magic and butterflies all exist and this and oh, how come when I cuss you out and call out your name, like you sit there and cry, oh you're weak and I ain't got, and it's like, no, it's not that. But now I did have to learn how to, stand up for my own emotions and man up and be like, okay, yeah, no. Because I mean, because I know what I was fighting now. Um, as I progress on my journey, it was a narcissistic energy. It was Leviathan. And that I've been around that my whole life. Every situation I've ever been in, every type of relationship, friendship, except for one, my best friend. I mean, she got her moments too, but she still has a heart. She wasn't, because of the connection we've had since we were kids, and which like even with that, which was like extra cool because we're both, well, she's a stud, I'm trans, but when I came out, I was considered a stud, and at 18, I come in like this. I moved in the 8th grade, so we seen each other because they had a program where we could go and visit each other at high schools and stuff, at our high schools, which is cool. But so I got to hang out and like visit everybody that I grew up with because I lived in the same neighborhood, went to the same school from kindergarten, cleaned up until 7th grade. So we all kind of grew up around each other. We didn't all live in the same neighborhood, but we progressed all together. We had a couple new faces here and there, but most of us progressed together. So going back over there was like a big old reunion. Like, yes, I'm about to kick it, and I gotta do homework. So this is my homework. I just got to take notes of my experience. It was wonderful. But her family, they look at me all like this, like, oh no, because like I said, she grew up in a Baptist household as well. Jalen, can you get away from my door, please, bud? Thank you. So I'm after her birthday, me and her decided to go out and kick it. I'm like, dude, look, I got something to tell you. Scared, terrified. First, I was scared to go in there just because, but I was comfortable. But I was like, man, I can't let them, make me. It was uncomfortable, but I was like, hey, this is my truth. Hate it or love it, like it or love it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Teach his own. I'm not going to wear something else because, I'm 18, so, my mama ain't buying my clothes. I can wear whatever I want to wear. And yeah, I got made fun of even in high school. Like, I didn't even think about gay or anything like that until somebody actually was making fun of me. It was like, oh, you're probably gay because I never seen you with the dude. I was worried about, I didn't want that drama. I had, I guess you want to say, a cover up, which I kind of felt bad because I only hung around him so I go to the school dances, so I didn't have to pay, But he figured it out real quick. My bad, homie, man. I was just look. Moms ain't have it. I wanted to go. I mean, still not the right thing, but hey, man. But we had fun, we kicked it, so I have to wear a dress. Hurry, I'm gonna go change. As soon as these pictures is over, I'm changing into some pants. It was exactly what I did. Even on prom, yes, I did. But and then somebody actually said it, making fun of me, and it made me think, like, am I? Because I never really looked at guys and stuff in that type of way. But anywho, so it was funny how something that was trying to tear me down actually help me come out. And that's awesome. But which was even awesome because like they were trying to make fun of me, and then I guess somebody told some of my friends from like down the street, which I never considered myself popular or anything. I hung around everybody. It didn't matter. I hung around people considered, which I'm not trying to be offensive or not, like the nerds. I hung around the the jocks because I play sports, but also shoot, I need help with my homework. But they were also cool people too. Cheerleaders, I hung around the people in band. I was considered a green bean because I was in JRTC. Like I was in a Spanish club. I did light and sound. I was a light and sound technician in the plays. I wouldn't get on the stage. I wanted to, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna chill in the background. But it was more technical, so it's like the Queen of Pentacles right there. That's about my money. Found out you get paid doing that, which was even awesome. Because I was doing it just for the fun of it, and then who happens to be the track coach, who was also, he did everything, man. Shout out Mr. Williams. He was a G. He did everything. But, he actually came and was like, hey, he called me out of class. I'm like, everybody looking at me. I'm like, man, no, I have a B average now. I know I'm good to run. He come on, I was like, what? He was like, no, it's nothing like that. He just looked at me like, come on, Dingy. I'm like, what, man? You making me sweat. What's going on? Like, hand me this. He's like, man, you can't do this to me. You scare me. You talking about I'm not in trouble, but you just don't pop up in people's classes unless, we can't run in the track meet or something. So what's going on, man? And he gave me, he was like, open it. And I opened it. I was like, check, what's this for? He's like, you didn't know that being a lights out technician would get paid? I was like, no, I was just doing it for the fun of it. He was like, no, it's an actual job that the school does, and you double bonus. All right, even better. So because I had an outside job too. I was working at McDonald's. I'm working since I was 15. But just like, yeah, man. But anywho, I know I went completely off the topic. Bring that one back around. But I end up going and telling my best friend, like, look, dude, I'm gay. But, okay, well, that did have to kind of get a background details on that. But and I was scared because I didn't want to lose my best friend. She was like, dude, seriously? I am too. I was like, man, get out of here. You're trying to make me. She was like, no, seriously. Like, look, I met this one girl, and I was just like, yes, my homie. Like, I was all worried about, or her, not accepting me because, family plays a big role when it comes to people accepting somebody and things of that nature. I'm just like, man, her mom's of them ain't gonna have this, and it's mostly her granny. Like, I even got accused of, oh, you turned her gay. I was like, no, I didn't. We came out to each other at the same time, and no, it wasn't that type of friendship where we experimented on each other. No, we moved, and we just had the same coming out, apparently, in the same way, shape, or form. Was both afraid to lose the other one for not telling. But I mean, hey, man, you got to be our authentic self at some point in time, and end up working out even better. So that was just dope. That was an extra experience. And then, like, the more I started coming out to people were just in there like, okay. I was like, so what? Like, you don't have any questions? Like, man, no, man, we been knew that. We was waiting for you to tell us. I was like, well, I didn't know. Y'all could have told me or something. Like, I mean, dang. Like, could have helped the brother out. I wasn't worried about that because, I mean, really wasn't worried about relationships and stuff. I wanted to keep my innocence as much as possible. I saw the people going through this and going through that and hurting and crying and all that. I'm like, man, we should be focused on school and playing sports and going to the little teen clubs that we got. Yeah, we had teen clubs. No, there was no drinking, but it was like school dances every weekend type of thing. Like, you only have a school dance a certain period, in high school. And in junior high, we had them like once every 2 or 3 months. But we all love music and dancing and just being around each other, having a good old time. And the music that we like to listen to really wasn't played at school. But, so especially growing up in the burbs, you ain't about to hear that. We heard stuff like ain't nothing wrong with Vanilla Ice. But after a while, you get tired of hearing Ice Ice Baby. You want to hear, I want to hear it's going down for the 99 and the 2000. Yeah, that's what was hot when I was in the 8th grade. It was 1999 going into the 2000s. Like, do. Boy, you play that song now, everybody on the dance floor. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all know that's the cut. Y'all know that's the jam. But, and I know it seems like I'm getting off subject, but, it all comes down to, if it wasn't for, the moments that, you went off on a limb and actually embraced you and stood up with courage, like, well, no, this is me, this is my truth, this is who I am, this is what I do, I do what I does. Like in the movie Coco, he loved music, and his family didn't want him to do it because, she thought like one thing, and come to find out, it was a whole nother twist of the story. Whole nother twist of the story. If you ain't saw the movie, watch the movie. In Hercules, like, he actually, for love, he was going to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff and he ended up didn't want to, but then it ended up helping building him into, the great hero that he was. In Mulan, like, sometimes love can empower us. Sometimes love can make us do crazy stuff, but also, love of the family. Okay, well, let me redeem myself and show that I could do it. Yeah, I'm a girl, but you know what? I could be a warrior. I can be a soldier. Yeah, it was dangerous and she risked her life, but she saved the whole kingdom. It's so many movies. Pocahontas, like Tarzan, like, and it's all about through love and embracing yourself. And yeah, sometimes love can hurt because the same people that love you, can hurt you and let you go. But it's still getting past that. Like, okay, for whatever reason it happened, for whatever happened, if they're meant to be in my life, they gonna be there. They gonna come back. They going to accept me. Like, yeah, they could be mad and not talk for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time. Like, me and my best friend, we had a falling out one time because her girlfriend started to like me, and I was like, it took me like a week because I was like, man, I like, dude, like, I actually went. They my best friend was at work. She got mad at her, had the car. Old girl needed to get to work. We all cool. We all hung out. She called me up. I'm like, all right, I'm going out there. And like, I take her to work, and then on the way back, I know she started kind of like hitting on me. Now, mind you, I grew up in a city where everybody just friendly, but my spidey senses started tingling, like, there's something more than this. And then she was like, you know what? And she actually told me, and I was just like, man, it's not even like that. You my best friend's girl. No, I'm not that type of person, man. But because it took me so long, I was like, it only took me so long. So I'm like, this is my best friend. And she was in love with this girl. And you know how love is. Like, she's not going to believe me. And I just knew it. And, when I told my best friend, she was like, no, man, because she was a little bit more heavier set than me. Not by a lot or anything, but, we all got our self-esteem issues. I got made fun of for being dark-skinned. So, I had self-esteem issues around me being dark-skinned. But, and she was like, no, man, because they always like you and this, and you trying to take her. And I was just like, man, no, like, one, you're my best friend. I'm not that type of person. 2, she's not even my type. Like, 1 and 2, like, one, you my best friend. No, I would never dare cross those lines. 2, even if she wasn't, and y'all never know, But so I told my best friend, and then she actually tried to spin it on me, like, no, they were trying to hit on me and all this stuff. So my best friend didn't talk to me for like a couple months. And I was like, things are gonna get better. She won't be able to see the truth, and eventually she did. She was like, look, man, I'm so sorry, because she actually cheated on me with some other person who I was supposed to be cool with, and this and that. Crazy thing about it is, I was actually cool with the person that she ended up cheating on her with. Yeah. Because she, after they had broke up, yeah, she kind of tried to repair. But I was already cool with the girl, and then I was like, oh man, here she comes. And she realized, like, oh, now you friends with them. And I'm just like, and I made it clear right then, don't hit on me, don't And then old girl kind of looked like, what? And she was like, no, I'm with them. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know what was about to go on, but I'm letting it known right here, right now. You know, and I mean, and the thing about it is, like, me and my best friend, we have this type of relationship that she was a little mad, like, man, I can't believe you kicking it away. I was like, well, I didn't know we were friends before, you know, you had told me that y'all had broke up and all this other stuff, but I'm not going to, they're actually a cool person with me. I'm not going to not be their friend because you got an issue with it. Like, I feel that, though. I feel that. You know, yeah, I ain't think about it like that before, you know, I was just about to go off. Yeah, okay. I feel that. Right, because, I mean, but just because you got something against her don't mean, and you really shouldn't, because unless she knew that y'all was together, which she didn't. But, you know, they eventually ended up making up and actually became cool friends. But, like, yeah, man. And it's a lot of that, even in movies and in the TV shows and the things that's going on. Like, even though in Once Upon a Time, like, oh, girl, like, she got mad. Like, wait, hold on. So you just left your wife and you didn't even tell her, like, the main reason why, which is what we had discussed. And so now she run around looking, you know. And then you also have those people who, like, no, look, I love the other person. But for real, the lady knew, you know, that what was going down for real. You know, she wanted to be upset because she knew exactly to go to Snow White. She knew, man. But we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, she knew she was just being messy. So now everybody, and she did that to embarrass her, so you know she wouldn't be with them. All right, I know that game, man. I just seen other people do that, man. There's been a lot of stuff going on. Like, you know, shoot, I think I made fun of her for being adopted, and you know, and that, you know, with Lilo and Stitch, that's about, you know, going through the system and things of that in that form, as far as Stitch goes, because you know, or not really necessarily fitting in and being made fun of because, you know, I was dark skinned or I thought differently. Like yeah, I've been picked on my whole life for real, but. And I'm not sitting here like, you know, oh, I'm a victim, because no, by all means, I'm not. You know, I used to have that. I used to, man, why? Why does this stuff keep happening to me? Why? Like, I didn't know that I was attracting a bunch of narcissistic energy because of my light, because of my heart. And I can, you know, continue to give. And, you know, because I've been the person who doesn't receive, so I'm not going to treat somebody else like that, like, you know. But some people take advantage of it, and you know, through that taking advantage of, you know, after a while you got to put your foot down and be like, all right, man, no more. But you know, being where I am now, being where I'm at now, you know, it's shown a lot. It's I've learned a lot. I can see through a lot. And you know, because of everything that I've, you know, been through, and you know, it's not a victimhood mentality. It's my testimony. It's my way to be able to reach out and heal other people, because I'm not the only one that have been through this or been through that, or they've been through this or they've been through that, or they've been through this or they've been through that. Like, I've been in verbally abusive relationships, physically abused relationships, emotionally abused relationships. I, you know, lost friends because I'm just a loyal person. Like, had two friends, was cool, was actually, you know, in a group, and one friend, they had broken up. They kept pushing, you know, their girl around, and it was like, well, fine, just break me. Just nope, I'm leaving you, and this, and we just say like stuff. And I'm like, I mean, I was still cool with them, but I was like, man, that's not cool. That's not cool. But no, man, they did this and this. And I was just like, well, I mean, that's your truth. I mean, you still treat me cool, so I'm not about to, you know, treat you any old type of way. You know, I see that you're hurt because, you know, even you've been played on, you know, in past relationships. Which brings me to, oh, that's another thing to bring up. But back to explaining this story before I go into that. She basically broke up, and but you know, they were still like living with each other and stuff like that. And she ended up falling in love with one of our mutual friends on accident. Wasn't planned or anything like that. and the person was like, "Oh no," and but I was cool with the both of them, but I was supposed to be closer, not cooler, but closer to the one that they was in a relationship with, but it was like I had more of that bond versus them because I would never really get invited. Like I found out, gay marriage could, get passed. So I'm like, yes, I could finally get married because at the time I was engaged. And text them up like, yo, boom, boom, bam. But because of what they was going through, she was like, oh, must be nice for you. Well, damn, just ran on my parade. Like, I know you're going through stuff, but that's the other day you told me you was doing a lot better. You was ready to, just, take your mind off of it. Maybe go and have some fun, some drinks, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, like that was going on for just the other day. And like, honestly, for a few days. So I'm like, okay, you're in a better place. So, because obviously you still hurt, I'm not going to text you that information. That's like throwing salt on the wound. I'm not the type of person. So to get that message, it was like, oh, well, damn. So, I ended up making arrangements with them and the other two people. And it's like, oh, yeah, we're happy, da, 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 da. So we ended up going. Come to find out, we were all ended up at the same bar. My city is little. And basically, I called out. I was like, "Oh, but I thought you was my friend, and you hanging with this person. I cried on your shoulder, and da da da. Now I look like a fool because you kicking it with them, and da da da. This and I did this for you and that for you. And if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be able to do this and that and this and that and that." I was just like, "For real though." Well, damn, you just throwing everything. Like, I was so upset. I didn't say nothing because I was upset because I don't cry in front of nobody. And it wasn't the fact that I was hurt. It wasn't the fact that I was hurt by the situation, but I was so upset, more so at myself, really, because I was like, this whole time I was giving you the benefit of the doubt of actually being a friend, as much as my intuitions was kind of telling me like, watch that one. Actions ain't meeting words. And I was so upset, man. When emotions are powerful. It was these big old boulders. I picked up this big old boulder and just chucked it. And everybody was looking like, because everybody sees me as being this little person. Like I'm saying, I'm always happy and smiling and all like that. It was like, oh, you was pissed. Oh, you was pissed. Oh, you was pissed. Yeah, man, I was pissed. I was pissed. And I was like, and even still, they tried to forgive and all that other stuff. And I was like, okay. And then kind of got spun again. I was supposed to be like this friend and all this other stuff, but it was like when you want to do a whole bunch of other stuff, like you want to count me out, or when you did want to do a whole bunch of stuff, I'm struggling trying to raise a family. Like you don't necessarily have to worry about that, and you want to go to all these expensive old places. I'm like, I can't afford to just spend $50 on like going skating for like 2 hours, like. Because that's rental skates, not just for me, but for, my ex-wife. And, then it's the ticket to get in. Then it's food. And it's like, man, I can't do it. I can't swing it or stuff like that. And then it's like getting invited to stuff. And it's like, what's wrong with just coming over and chilling and vibing out, getting some wine coolers? Because, I don't really drink. I've worked in the bars being a drag king before, so I kind of got over that real quick. But just chilling, listening to music, watching shows, and discussing, the good facts in that. That's what I want to talk about. The good 1333. That was awesome when I saw that. Yeah, I know it's not on there now, but when I looked at it, it was. That's why I looked up at it like, oh, that's dope. But getting back to what I was saying, like, from, she started kind of reflecting how her past was onto, her current. And because a lot of us don't realize that sometimes we pick up that energy of how, and it's on a subconscious level for a lot of us, especially those who are empaths. Now, some people know it and they know it and they're like, well, yeah, I do it because I've been through this and that. Those are the ones who are, aware of what it is that they're doing. But there's some traits we might be aware of, but there's other traits we might not be aware of. And, we reflect that on to, other parts of our lives. And like once upon a time, a lot of them, they were reliving what happened to them, but reflecting it in other situations or other relationships. Like the queen didn't realize that, her heartache and stuff was actually a reflection of how she was treating other people, is how she, had got treated, and and things like that. And a lot of us happen to do that. So like if we're in a relationship, in a situation, or something happens, because I actually had this personally happen to me, where the person that my ex cheated on me with, they actually had a divorce because their wife had cheated on them, and it was like, but this person. Okay. 24 karat, man. That's what's up, though, because that's the title. Much love. That's what's up. But I was like, okay. But they ended up getting to that point where they had started to reflect that it's okay, what happened to me, so I don't care. I'm gonna do it to somebody else. Are you just repeating cycles? You can start a whole karmic lesson for yourself, man. You could just heal, it's not the fact that, y'all fell in love or whatever the case may be. It was the fact that you couldn't wait until, I'm actually trying to work at that time, was trying to work on the marriage, and being in the environment that we was in. I'm not going, because I don't want that coming back to me. They was aware of it, and it was like, you knew. Oh, and I know that they knew, because how the environment was set up. I knew they knew. Yeah, we knew. They knew everything that was going on. We was having financial problems, like everything. So they took full-fledged advantage of that situation. But because it's not that. It was just like you couldn't wait and be like, yo, you know what? Maybe they might try to fix it or stuff like that, because he tried to do everything to fix his. So why wouldn't But I was just like, dang, like that's what got me like, oh, well, damn, But hey, you live and you learn. But in my last relationship, and not even my last one. A lot of relationships, even relationships, there was some things that I noticed that I had did. Like I caught myself lightweight doing that. I didn't think that's what I was doing, but reflecting upon it was like, oh dang, man, I was kind of doing that. That's not cool. And I was like, yeah, man, no, I can't do that. I cannot do that. I cannot do that. Because that's not cool. Because I don't want somebody to do that to me. So I was like, yeah, no, that's not me. And I came aware of that, but it was literally on a subconscious level, because that's not what that was not my intentions, and that's not what I was seeing it as. And it was like, dang. So it's like to know that our past can get to us that much that we will actually start acting it out on a subconscious level. That's some deep, powerful stuff right there, boy. Some deep, powerful stuff. But yeah, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. But getting to that point was a lot. But even in the movies, like, the sheriff, she wanted, the family and everything, but she ended up reflecting that on everybody else, because everybody else was trying to reach out to her. She was like, no. But just, in that environment, she couldn't run from it. It was a small little video city. And coincidentally, the same thing that hurt her was what she was trying to run from, which is actually the same thing that'll heal you. Like, love can kill, but it could also heal you. The only thing is, we have to take out that leap of faith, go after it, and get the Ace of Pentacles up in that bad boy, and well, bring it into fruition. The love it is that we did see and that we did want, and by her not running into it, she was able to manifest that in the physical. Because that's all Pentacles, represent is as above, so below. We want that, we nurture that, and we spiritually feed it and think about it. We're manifesting, and that's what comes out in the tangible, in the 3D form, and man, just watch the movies. There's some movies out there, man. Once Upon a Time, The Matrix, like even Trinity, because she was like, look, she was a little skeptical. I'm like, nah, he ain't the one. He ain't the one. He can't even do this. He ain't the one. He cocky, and he think he can do this. he ain't even my type for real. Playing dude to the left, but he didn't. One thing, Oracle said, know thyself. And he was like, man, I don't know. He was like, well, if you don't know, I don't know, man. I can't tell you. I can't tell you nothing. He's like, but don't you know everything? But we have a choice. We got free will. I can't interfere with that. I can't sit up here and tell you, you are if you think you're not, then you're not, And he was like, he went, was a little sad and stuff. And then, but he got to that moment. He was like, because of the love and respect that he had for Morpheus, he's like, man, I don't care if I'm not. I'm about to go in and do this, And Trent was like, no, man, you gonna get, because you ain't even, because, he found out, he told everybody or whatever. And Morpheus ended up, before he found out, because he was like, no, I know what it is. I know. Morpheus knew. He was like, I'm going down. I know what I know, dang it. I know what I know. And by him going through that love that he felt for basically somebody he saw as a father figure, for taking him under his wing and really showing him some love and supporting and encouraging him through it all, even when he didn't even believe. He was like, no, man, I can't let dude, go out for me like that and this and that, because, I'm not, and I can't let him die for me like that. That's love right there. You could be like, well, I mean, that's on him. Like, shit, I'm about to say, I'm about to risk my life going after these agents. They about to kill me. And, he still went in there, and then she saw him do some crazy stuff like, but I thought this said he ain't. He just. And then right at the very moment where she just, when it was, I don't know, hell, what we call it, what, divine timing? Like, damn, no, you are. He was able to speak to him, like, get up, go out there, do your thing. Like, man, like, and sometimes, that's how life is. It takes that one strength or that the love we have for something or someone, whether it's a kid, a situation, a romantic love, or a dream, or a wish, or a goal. Like, man, we gonna get up there and go and get it. And sometimes it takes something that we don't want to hear to completely knock us completely off to really go forth and go after what it is that we want. And it's all in these movies. It was 122 when I said that. 122:10 to be exact. So, Mike, man, watch these movies. There's lessons in them. Lessons. See the illusion beyond the fiction. Think these stories just came out of nowhere? You think they're redoing all the Disney movies for no reason? Trying to wake us back up. Get back to the adults. Because we're making the kids lose belief in magic. And you can't believe in magic. You can't believe in miracles. Because miracles isn't something that's explainable that could just happen. Like, Leviathan tried to take me out. Like, I swear I had like a walk-in moment because I found in my shower, was like, why is thou forsaking me? Had a whole moment where I sat there and found YouTube readers. Actually, I didn't even know this stuff existed. And I was raised that all this stuff was voodoo and, witchcraft and all of this. And I was like, but it's not. Like, I didn't believe everything already in the Bible, and I couldn't question it because how I was raised and things of that nature. But getting beyond all of that, like, man, that's all the stuff that y'all been telling me. No. But when my life was going, I was like, man, maybe y'all got this backwards. Like, this is a living hell for real. Made me think, like, man, hell is on earth. Take me out. I don't want to be here. Like, I even tried to commit suicide several times. I went to sleep because I took pills. Went to sleep, woke up like, damn. But apparently I was supposed to be here. I could have had a moment where that could have killed me because what I felt, I literally felt death. Like, I wanted to take myself out. I did not want, after feeling that type of heartbreak, I wanted to take myself out. Like, the person I thought I was supposed to be with forever and all of this, like, yeah, that stuff does feel like that. Love can kill you. But instead, I got down on my knees. I was like, look, I'm sorry. I don't know what it is that I did. I mean, I know I gave my gifts back to you. I cussed you out a couple times. It's like, I don't even believe in God. Yeah, I said it. I sure did. I was like, man, I don't even believe in God because, man, oh, God's going to make me keep going through this same hell, through this same mess. And all I'm doing is loving, encouraging, and giving my heart. And I'm just keep getting, man, no, forget this, man. No. I was like, I need proof. I need proof. I need proof. I need some proof. I need some proof because this don't make no type of sense. This don't make any type of sense. I don't get it. I'm crying tears like I don't get it. Why have you forsaken me? Like I do not understand. I do not understand. I need some clarity. I need some clarification. I need some answers. I don't care about them saying don't question God. I am questioning you. I need to know. I need to know. And I'm like, and I don't want no whispers in my ear. I don't want no magical. No. Give me something tangible. Give me something I could see, hear, physical, something. Dude, at arena had a whole walk-in moment. It started lightning. I was like, this shit is not real. It's lightning where they're at. There ain't nowhere in the city state that I'm in. It's lightning there. The same time it's lightning there. It's lightning at the same exact time where I'm at. It took me, and that's how I know that Leviathan was actually in me at that moment. Because my heart was so, I didn't want to watch the movie. It was like this overwhelming anger and rage and hurt of, like, I wanted to throw my phone and break it. Like, and I'm like, brand new iPhone. Like, I cannot break this. I don't know what's going on with my mental state right now, but like people tell me, oh, well, you got bipolar and stuff like that. Come to find out, it was actually a form of CPTSD, codependent stress disorder, because you can't just get bipolar out of nowhere. So I was just like, man, all right. Starting to have a little bit more something closer to like ADD or ADHD or something like that versus that, because I could just switch and go to different tangents. But anywho, because like I said, I'm very controlled in my emotions, but it will take a while. If I am, then I mean, hell, I am. But I that's not what God's been showing me or telling me. Anxiety, yeah. But that's an everyday thing, because once you kind of get that, it's easy to be triggered back into that. But had a whole moment, and the reader told me, and then he was like, no, you talking to you in this realm. I'm looking around like anybody else is around me. I'm looking, ain't nobody else watching this. I didn't know what the different live videos or not. If it was a live, nobody else is watching it. Dude, try to go back and watch the dang on thing. Video completely changed the next day. But told me I was going to have all these overwhelming. It was crazy. Like by the time I get to the point, it was only a 10-minute video. It took me over an hour to watch it completely through. 2 minutes in, I would stop it. Something would just keep making me stop. And I was like, no, I have to finish watching this video. I went in, I calmed myself down, I sat down, and I watched this video. Because it literally was like this overwhelming rage that came over me that I absolutely cannot explain. I've never felt that type of rage a day in my life. Which I'd have been into some fights now, and I have blacked out a couple times because I done got that mad, and dude was talking about my grandmother. I picked up a tree and I whooped his ass. But I was a kid, man. I was in the 3rd grade. So I've hurt my feelings. You don't call my grandmother fat. You just don't do that. But but me and him, we cool now. That's my homie. Shout out to you, man. Kids are kids, man. We say some mean stuff to each other. But yeah, so you do have kids. Trust me, kids go through stress at school. And that's why a lot of people did think that, oh, well, you was bipolar because you would just come home and you would snap. But you don't understand the stress I'm going through at school. I'm being made fun of this. I'm being made fun of for this. I'm being teased for this. I'm being teased for that. I'm struggling in school and classes because my teachers don't get me and I can't explain it to them and stuff like this and this and this and that and that and this. And yeah. And no, you don't come home and tell your parents all the time because you don't want to. And then your parents go up there because like when my granny would find out stuff, she would go up there to defend me. Now it's making the situation even worse. Hell, I was adopted. I ended up going home because I was proud of it. It's like, but you're special. So I was proud of that. Like, hell yeah, I was special. I was chosen. Heck yeah. I go back to school and it's like, well, who you? Well, Who your daddy? Jesus is my daddy. Say it loud and proud too. Y'all don't have your kid go to school telling people Jesus they daddy. Just don't do it. It don't work out too well. From experience, man, it don't work out too well. But anywho, like, yeah, kids go through stress too, and it's not, and on top of homework, on top of you getting on them, like, it's a lot when they start school. Before school, they just think, man. So I got a 4-year-old. Can't wait going to school this year. Be so happy. I get to eat snacks. I got to worry about opening, pop out the corner. I can eat in peace. It's the little stuff in life, man. But like overwhelming rage, I can't even explain it. That's how I know that it was a demon. Like, I grew up in church. I read and I knew it was the toughest demon out there because that's what my life had all been about. Like, I never heard the word narcissist until then. I heard narcissists couldn't heal and other this. I'll let you know now. That entity had me for at least 2 weeks. They wanted to take me out. It wanted to get me. Now I know why, because I'm just a light ball of light, and I love it. But I was like, that's why. Then I found out stuff about my life path and all this. Like, man, we go through hell. Like, damn, no wonder a lot of us don't make it and survive. Like, ain't nobody got time for all of this. Hell, I almost didn't. And I'm a very strong-minded, strong-hearted individual. But then to get to that point and then have that moment was just like, and I was told, I was like, God, if this is my proof, their ear started ringing. I was like, the same ear that's ringing, make my ear ring instantly. I wanted to call my cousin. I called like 6 people. Nobody answered the phone. I'm calling people like, and then the next day, and later on that night, came back. I ended up having to like let go and release because it just wasn't, for my highest good. So I did that. And the talk was like, I gotta stop this. And they told me, I was going to have these overwhelming emotions and be able to basically feel all my emotions again. Because from the medication I was taking, from being labeled bipolar, even though that's not what it was, and because I was believing what people were saying, so I manifested that sickness. But having that, even if I was cured from it, whatever the case may be, I really don't care how the hell you want to label it. But if I had it, I was cured from it. If I didn't have it, I was mislabeled. Anywho, but the medication makes you feel empty. And even without the medication, I felt empty. It felt like I couldn't feel anymore. Because I was like, I don't even want to feel anymore because this hurts too damn much. And I guess that's what happened. I manifested no feelings, but all my feelings. I never had happy tears a day in my life. Everything. Anytime I was going to cry tears of joy, I'm sitting here like, I don't understand happy tears. I ain't going to cry no dang on tears of joy. And I ain't going to cry because I don't like crying. So you with my chest. I don't like crying. Oh, I cry some happy tears. Like every feeling that could possibly come over you. Like joy, anger, hurt, sad, pity, empathy, sympathy, like everything. Like the whole spectrum. I know it was a whole bunch of emotions on that wheel, but trust and believe when I say I felt every single last one of them, I said I felt every single last one of them. And it's 4:50 my time when I said that. Balance or a foundation of changes. That's what they just told me. A foundation of changes and 9 completions. And I ain't looked back since. There's been times hard on journey. I was like, man, I want to give up. I want to stop. I was like, okay, I know that was just me throwing a temper tantrum for a moment. No, I'm allowed to feel what I need to feel. Dang it, I'm human. I can feel this. I just can't let it linger and then embody it. It's a difference between feeling and embodying. Embodying is when we start to become. Feeling is energy and motion. It's an emotion. And that's when I really realized, like, I'm really not crazy. Everything I ever saw in movies, in music, being able to read between the lines and things of that nature, that stuff is real. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. And then be able to find other people that I can like relate to and stuff like that is beautiful. It's amazing. Like I'm not the only one. Yeah, we all think a little bit differently, but it's like, oh, I ain't think about it that way. Oh, you got this? Well, I got this. Oh, I ain't think about it your way. Oh man, I ain't think about it the way you just said it. Like, man, it's amazing. It's beautiful. And just knowing that even though I never met half the people that I converse with, I never met half these readers that I follow and things of that, like, thank you. Thank you. Because and then the people that leave in the comments and the people I mingle with, the live chats and stuff, man, thank you. Thank you. If ain't nobody else saying it, I'm telling you right here, right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Because felt alone. Felt alone. And even though I ain't never met none of y'all, I feel more closer to all of y'all than the people I actually know in the 3D world. Because it's not just about physicality and things like that. It's about our soul, our spirit, us being able to connect, and the fact that we understand that we are all connected. That it's something bigger than just us. And even if we don't know what it is, even for we still at the beginning stages of awakening and going through the hurt and pain and the venting and stuff like that. Like, and yeah, it's a few people that say stuff every now and then, but it's so many people that's so uplifting and reaching out to people they ain't never met, ain't never seen, ain't never had a story or shared a cookie with or any of that. It's beautiful. And so now the fact that we can get to a point of healing and then be able to give it back and spread it out to the rest of the world, ain't nothing more powerful than that, man. Ain't nothing more powerful than that. So no, I'm not my experiences. I'm the storyteller of my experiences. Just like in Once Upon a Time in that typewriter, we all got that typewriter. We can either give into fate and just let stuff play out the way it plays out, and give in to all the circumstances and the trials and the tribulations and the obstacles and the fear and the anxiety and the doubts and the worries and the disbeliefs and the he say she saying what they saying or who saying what they don't like and what they don't like and feeding the trends over this is popular or we could write a completely different ending. I choose to write a different ending because I'm seeing through the illusion of fiction. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and end that here. So until next time, because we already an hour and 38 minutes up in here. So it's your boy X, Wakanda Forever. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. Everything's down there in the Dropbox. Yeah, I got the my readings going up. Mind you, just a peer mentor. I give readings. What you do with the information is completely on your discretion. You know, um, but aside of readings, I gotta put pictures up there, but got some Himalayan salt lamps to sell, and also and yeah, each one is the different one of each of the. I have 11 of them, so it's only a limited supply. Till I get some more, but I also offer peer uh, peer support as well. So there's a few different options on there. So yeah. Till next time, like, share, subscribe, check me out. Everything's down there in the Dropbox, everything you need to know, Twitter, Instagram. But till next time, man, keep your head up. Do you, regardless of what you do, somebody always gonna have something to say. So you might as well do you and be free and be happy. And be a walking beacon of light and testimony for somebody else, because you ain't the only one. All right, man. Peace out.